As adults, we may watch these videos of school fights in awe and try to figure out the cause. But for these standard 5 to Form 5 students, the reasons for this type of violence among their peers are very clear.
The root of almost all school fights is really because it could really be cyberbullying, or because someone says something mean to another person.
Young children use social media a lot. Even if they was to mention the slightest things, students can get offended by these things and tend to lash out, because really school fighting tends to be a reaction to some sort of build-up.
The students say in the last 2 years during virtual learning, cyberbullying became the main cause of violence among students.
Somebody, for instance, will throw a status for this person, and then peer pressure will come in from the other students, like, you see what this person posts about you? And then when they come in school now, they have to prove something to the peers, because like, if I take that from them, then people think I'm weak and things. So it's more like an ego stroke.
You come out of school and you see John, and that's where most of the anger come out, because you're holding that rage from since when school closed.
They say jealousy and provocation are some of the main triggers for fights, as many of the students come from various backgrounds.
Mainly there would be minor arguments between students, talking about, oh, they went to this fancy place, we ate by Jack's or some place nice like that, and students really didn't get that opportunity because, you know, financial issues, parents arguing, these kind of things.
I had the same bag from second year come up to standard 4, and my bag was still good, and all it have now is like a little hole. Them telling me that, oh, you didn't have a new bag, and that the same bag that you had since yesterday. I'm like, okay, since second year, I mean.
The group believes this is why it's important for parents to speak with their children and find out what's happening in their lives. And if parents are struggling in any way, these students would like them to explain this to their children, because not every child is as strong-minded as Jacques, not only to deal with provocation, but also issues at home.
School fighting tends to be a reaction to some sort of build-up, you know, and I really think one of the main reasons behind this would be problems more at the household.
The group of young people see intervention as an important tool for students, as psychological pressures may lead to them losing control, with the consequences being furthest from their minds.
They're blinded by the anger, so in their mind they're thinking, I'll beat this girl bad because she do something to me. And I doubt that the girl will stop just so I sure it had to build up, it had to be a build up, because she didn't just decide to say, I'm going to come to school with a knife and stab this girl because she get me mad.
Which brings us to our next question. How do these weapons pass the security or even past the police officers patrolling outside the schools?
Students may tend to hide these things in their shoe, or they would pass it along discreetly to a friend who's already been scanned.
Students hiding it, like example, in bowls of food.
Put it in a textbook, like a big textbook. Hide it in the skirts.
The group said gender also plays a big part, with students passing with weapons or contraband, as male students are more likely searched. And the tutor has already warned their members about getting involved, even though some of them still do. The young group believes that no adult should get involved physically in any student altercation, but there were mixed reviews on this incident.
If I didn't know the circumstances, I would think it was advantageous, but rightfully, people don't really take assault against girls as seriously as they should, especially in schools. I think they'll think it's a normal thing, and people think it's cool and stuff, but unless damage a lot of girls.
I remember want to figure out the actual story about what happened, and unless you could actually see it in your own eyes.
Honestly, I find the adults shouldn't jump in a fight.
I find parents should not jump in. They should talk to the child and the other, like parents have a conversation, and then they take it to the police.
You care about your child, you're ready to jump in, throw hands, everything like that. But it really isn't a good look on you because, you're supposed to be more developed.
Will the police presence outside schools stop an attack like this from occurring? And do they feel safe with them around?
So if you're accustomed seeing police as a bad thing in your community, you're accustomed seeing your family member, your friend running from police and getting shot behind, and you wouldn't really see police as a form of protection, would you? You feel threatened by them. You feel like, oh gosh, I'm coming here, the pigs and things. That's what it's called, police and them things.
Police just be there in the mornings. But when you're in school now, normally police can might just drive around in one circle once and just go back out. And so they'll be there. But by the time it reach evening, a lot of school fights happen because that's mostly when everyone's there.
What about the other measures?
I don't really see the measures put in place. I mean, like, they just say things to get rid of the headlines, but do they, like, follow up on it? Like, if it's one interview every year will really do, like, you had to really be more in touch with youth and speak more about it.
According to most of the group, youth programs work, but
Children still don't really take these things into consideration due to however they may think their mindset. They won't really take these things on.
there was also a solid no for celebrity mentorship. The group also does not believe in expulsion for first-time offenders. However, they do think there should be programs where children can express or explain how they feel to adults.
So, as parents or adults in general, take into consideration what students now are going through. We are facing new things now, and it is good to talk to a student about, what can we do to help you move forward? What can we do to help you cope with these things?
This message is for other stakeholders, including the Minister of Education.
I would say to have more youth groups and stuff and encourage them in poetry club because it really helps. But first ask okay, would you all want this mental or physical? You all want to do that or have options first.
Carissa Lee, CNC3 News.